Hello friends and welcome back to another adventure with Roger. And remember, only warriors smart enough to subscribe will make it into Valhalla with your forefathers. Today we're talking about everything you can accomplish before you get to Bronze Age and safety tips for survival in Valheim. First off, let's take a look at our house and let's see and make sure we're fortified properly for whatever attacks might befall us. So let's take a look here what I did real fast. Wherever you live, you can pretty much do something like this. As you can see here, I took my pickaxe and I dug pretty much a gigantic trench out, and in the process I got a lot of stone out of it. So I stockpiled quite a bit of stone, and it just goes around my home here. And at the edge, you can see here at the back of my house, I have a little path leading up and out of here in case I fall in on accident. But then if you go around this way in the back of my house, you'll notice that there's no real way for monsters to get up into my house because of the water situation in the back here. And then even I have to have this little stairs right here and sprint and jump up to get up here. You'll even notice that I had a deer spawn in the back of my house right here, and he has no way of getting out. And deer are the most skittish thing there are, and he's trying to run away from me all the time, but he can't get away. The trench just goes all the way around my house, and then as you can see back here in the back, I have all my beehives. Now, I know what you're asking yourself, why in the world does he have them so far apart from each other? Well, the reason, I'm not going to go into the whole detailed bit about how to catch bees and all that stuff because I made another video about that I'll throw in the description. The thing about the beehives for me that I had a problem with is that I kept getting a message, an error message with the beehives telling me that the bees were unhappy because I had them too close together. I don't know what the deal with was this, so I ended up spreading them out far apart like this. And honestly, I don't hate it. I think it looks just fine. It was just a little bit of work. I think it looks kind of cool, and I had fun doing it. So that's the main thing, right? Is that you have fun with whatever you're doing. So in the building construction, I used most of the building construction. I used the log beams. Now you can tell because of how long they are, and they look like logs. I mean, I used them for these railings right here. I used them for the foundation of the house. All around the foundation is how I built the house, and then I used a lot of them in the actual siding for the house as well. And then when I was building the house, I made sure that my roof was going to fit properly and didn't make it like all just a weird wonky size. I kept everything symmetrical so that I could have the roof the same on both sides of the house, and you can tell by looking at the top down. And then I tried to do something cool up here with my try to make it look like a monster head or something. I don't know what I was trying to do. I have had trolls. Here, let me show you on my map. So this is my house right here, and this is the borderland to the Black Forest right here. So I've had every creature imaginable trying to break down my doors to this house, and honestly I built it right on the border to the Black Forest on purpose because I knew I was going to have to spend a lot of time here gathering resources, and I didn't want to have to run clear across the map every time to do it. Because originally my starting house was right here next to where you first log in, where the stones are. I was ended up running from everywhere across the map trying to get back to my house. And I noticed, man, I'm going to have to spend a lot of time here in the Black Forest. So I just ended up building this house right here. And I have dragged trolls all the way back to my bridge right here, and they would not cross the bridge. I guess the trench, or they couldn't get across the bridge, one or the other. And I just pulled out my bow and started wailing on them. Now before I had this trench, I had my hunter's perch up there in the window, and I would sit up there and just nail stuff from up there. But ever since I built the trench, trolls just literally stand on the other side over there and they won't cross. So as long as I just keep wailing on them with my arrows, it holds the aggro, and they just keep trying to find a way in, and they can't. So I get like a free troll kill every time I drag them up here to my bridge. And you can notice out there, it looks like an open field out there, but that's just because I've logged all those trees to make this house. That's pretty funny. Alright, let's take a look inside, guys. show you some of the stuff you can accomplish before Bronze Age ever happens. So this is my house. I have my workstation right here. And all before Bronze Age you can craft all this stuff as long as you're going around discovering things. I have my full set of troll gear. Let's face it, once you have a crude bow that's upgraded to at least 2 and you have fire arrows, trolls become pretty easy. All you have to do is make sure that you eat a cooked meat, a necktail, and a piece of honey. You can pretty much run around for forever. You have so much stamina. Let me just go over some of the things in the workbench here real quick and tell you the ups and downsides. The flint spear, I really love the spear. It's probably the weapon that I use the most other than just a club. And the reason I love the spear is because it has a pretty fast attack action and you can throw it and then go pick it up. The stag breaker, I really love this weapon because it has a huge AoE attack, and once you level it up to level 2, it makes pretty much everything you fight super easy. Even when they send like 8 monsters at you at once, you can just stand there and hit the ground like 3 times and they can't get to you, and then you just walk around, regain stamina, hit the ground 3 times and rinse and repeat. The wood tower shield is amazing, especially against the first boss, Ecthier. You can pretty much equip your tower shield and just stand there and block almost everything that he does. And I have a video out about that as well, guys. If you want to check that out, just look in my channel. I have a wood shield. I use it on a regular basis. I like it better than the tower shield just because it doesn't slow you down as much. The wood shield has a movement speed penalty of -5%, but the tower shield has a movement penalty of -20%. Whenever you have it equipped, you move around really slow. So the antler pickaxe, guys, you get from killing Ecthier, the first boss. As soon as you kill him, he drops some antlers and it gives you the antler recipe, or the antler pickaxe recipe, my apologies. And that's how I dug my whole Mariana Trench out there in front of my house so no monsters can mess with me. The flint knife is great. Craft yourself a flint knife, hit the control button, and you will crouch down and be stealth. You can sneak up behind deer with the flint knife. I mean, after you level it up a little bit, you'll pretty much just one-shot deer. It's really cool. I mean, if you level up any weapon, even your club, you're gonna end up doing more damage, but the flint knife, I like it a lot because it's really fast. The troll leather helmet is part of the set, and the set gives you a 25% bonus to your stealth. Makes you more sneaky, 25% bonus. Once you craft all 4 pieces, the hide cape, the leather tunic, the helmet, and the leather pants, you get that bonus. And to be honest, guys, this set is really nice because each piece gives you 6 armor, except for the cape only gives you 1 armor. The leather helmet's good too. I used that for a really long time. Deer hide cape is pretty nice. It gives you 1 additional armor. The crude bow. Here's the thing about the crude bow, guys. It's not super accurate. It can be accurate just by... all you have to do is aim up a little bit. That's all. That's the only difference. It has a large drop off, so if you're shooting at long range, the arrows are going to drop off. They don't go sideways or crooked. So as long as you aim directly at the thing and then go up a little bit, you're going to hit it like almost every time. Okay, so the stone axe, you'll only use that at the very beginning of the game because flint is really easy to get, guys. For the flint axe, all you have to do is go along any river's edge or anywhere there's like a little pond, and you're gonna get all kinds of flint. You can just pick it up for free, no problem. Wood arrows are just fine. Making 1 of these gives you 20 arrows per make. Flint arrows are nice. However, I don't use flint arrows unless I find them because it takes up a lot of feathers, and I like to save my feathers for making fire arrows, which in my opinion are better than the flint arrows because they do fire damage when they hit stuff, and a lot of the monsters have low resistances against fire, so these pretty much you just run around one-shotting stuff with fire arrows. Rag pants, rag tunic, you're going to use those in the beginning of the game. It's just fine. I don't recommend leveling them up past 2 because that's all you're going to need. Once you get a bow and you get some arrows, you can go kill trolls until your heart's content. All you have to do is hit them and kite them, guys, and make sure, like I said, that you have your cooked meat, your tails and your honey equipped, and you're going to be have plenty of stamina for hunting trolls. Your torch is self-explanatory, gives you a lot of light. It can also really help you against monsters if you just pull it out. Most monsters are afraid of fire, so that's cool. You can just use it and set them on fire and run around, and it makes them attack you much less. The hoe is awesome, guys, because you can show you an example of what you can do real quick. You can level ground, you can raise up ground, which I've used a lot building this house. I've raised certain levels of dirt up to make level surfaces for my foundation building this house. The level ground tool is awesome as well. Be able to place things in certain areas if they're too rocky or whatnot. I think that pretty much does it. Obviously your hammer, just leveling that up gives it more durability, and the club is just an all-around good weapon, all purposes of the game. Next, let's go over the chests and these little signs I have on each one. The signs, you can just equip your hammer, hit the tab, no, not the tab button, right click, and go to craft furniture. And your signs are right there. You're just going to need 2 pieces of wood, 1 piece of coal to make a sign. And you can label the signs whatever you want. So you notice here I have all my chests with a sign on them telling me what goes where, because before I was just throwing stuff in the chest and then I was like, oh man, I can't keep track of it all. There's a lot of stuff in this game, and having chests that are marked with what's in them is insanely awesome. It's helped me out tremendously to save myself time and energy. The honey box, oh yeah. So to get charcoal early game, guys, just burn your food and then pick it up off there and you'll get coal, and coal is what you need to make those signs out of. These little standing wood torches are refillable, sorry, so you don't have to keep crafting those. Nothing you craft in this game do you have to recraft. All you have to do is have your workbench covered with a roof, and you click this little fix button right here, and you can just keep it clicking on it until every single thing you have is repaired. You never have to recraft anything in this game. I absolutely love that about this game, that you don't have to recraft everything. One recommendation I do have, guys, about your house is put some kind of hunter's perch like this up here, so that when you're getting attacked by monsters while you're in your house, you can just stand up here and light them up. Where to place your bed and what's it doing for you. So your bed, you have to have near a fire. You can't get around it. Otherwise, you can't sleep in your bed at night. So otherwise, I would put my bed upstairs. But anyways, you have to have it near a fire. And now let's talk about what happens when you sit next to a fire, or just stand next to it for that matter. You get this rested buff up here, and as you can see, mine is 12 minutes, and it says my comfort level in this area is 5. So the things that raise your comfort level is obviously like the fire pit is one of them. I think the cooking station might be one. Certain things that you put in your house will raise the comfort level, like this deer rug right here, that raises the comfort level by 1. And so you get a higher, I believe your rested buff will go up the higher the comfort level. So before I had this deer rug right here, I can maybe just show it to you. Like, I take that out of there. Now my comfort level goes down to 4. See that? And the rested meter immediately started to go down, and it's going to go down to 8 minutes. Now if I put this deer rug back down and I come over here and stand next to the fire again, my rested goes back up to 12 minutes. And what the rested does for you is, it says you are currently resting, health and stamina regeneration is significantly higher. So I get health regen plus 200% and stamina regen plus 300%, and that lasts for 12 minutes from the time I get out of range of the fire. And that's awesome. Like, you want to get that the higher you can. And let's say I wanted to go kill a troll. I leave my house, I have 12 minutes to go find him, and or a boss, I have 12 minutes to go kill it, you know? So you have that rested buff going on, which is really nice. Okay, so when you put a fire in your house, guys, there's upsides and downsides. The upside is you're sheltered inside your house and you can't get rained on. You can't get stormed on as well. The downside is that normally when you have fire in your house, it fills the house up with smoke and you can take damage from that. But as you can see, the way I built my house, having the fire pits out here and having this big open area in the back of my house, it doesn't fill my house up with smoke, and the rain comes down and it doesn't put out the fires. As a matter of fact, you can tell right here, none of this wood right here has taken any damage whatsoever because it's underneath the roof. So that's one helpful tip for you guys, is leave one of the areas of your house open like this and put the fire pits right up there to the edge so that they're still covered by the roof, and you won't have the problem that a lot of people have in a smaller house, putting the fire pit in the middle of it and then the thing filling up with smoke. And also, you won't have to have a hole in your roof for the smoke to go out, and you won't have to have that like something wonky on top of your roof to keep the fire pit from getting rained on and whatnot as well. So a little tip for you there, guys. I'm not going to go over anything to do with taming boars or taming animals because I have another video out you guys are welcome to check out in my channel for taming boars. I got a lot of tips in there for you. I think that's all I want to go over in this video, guys. Once again, my name is Roger. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to enter Valhalla. And Skull, friends. See you on my next adventure. Take care of yourself.